Hey, Dawson, remember how I dropped a tax bracket?
No.
Well, I dropped another one.
Oh, sorry to hear about your poor financial status.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, can I borrow, say, a couple $1,000?
A couple thousand?
Why does everyone respond like that?
Because that's a lot of money.
To some people, maybe. It's all about perspective, Dawson. You gotta change your worldview, man.
I'm not giving you a couple $1,000.
Fine, I'll go find someone cooler than you to borrow money from during the intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Real Deal, Ball State's premier entertainment news network. I'm your host, Rosemary.
And I'm Dawson.
Hey, Dawson, you took biology your freshman year of high school, right?
Technically?
That's good enough. So, in your professional opinion, how important are kneecaps?
I may have skipped that part in class, but probably a little bit at least.
Could you live without them?
Probably. Why do you ask?
So, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you go to an aquarium during the intro, look for someone to invest in your financial future, and you just so happen to come across a particularly affluent looking shark. In this hypothetical, he speaks to you in a mobster accent that you choose not to see as a red flag because he says he can get you the money.
If you're asking me if I would take that deal, I would say no.
Well, no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if, in this hypothetical, how would you pay off that loan? And work under the assumption that you have until 45 minutes from now to pay it off.
This isn't a hypothetical, is it?
No.
All right, let's cut to the first segment while we figure out what to do about this.
The First Fist to Make Contact When We Dap by Rap Ferreira and produced by Fumitaki Tamura is about as abstract hip-hop gets. This is immediately made apparent by the surrealist cover painted by Gabriela Rodriguez, which effectively illustrates the sound of the album, somewhat morose yet somehow vibrant and busy at the same time. The typical drumless, glitchy sound of abstract hip-hop is beautifully animated by assisting jazz instrumentals and stunningly poetic lyrics. Case in point, track 3, Hearing Color Green. I won't take the time to break down my interpretations of each of these tracks, but I can tell you that this one carries the sound of a lost, wandering poet, supported by a line in the refrain which says, "There I go, hearing color and living sound, and when I sit still, it get green." This is likely referencing the use of drugs as a crutch when life becomes stagnant, or Ferreira is saying that he hears green, meaning that he is surrounded by envy or greed. Another track I really love is track 2, 47 Rockets Taped to My Chair, which sports a funkier instrumental and flow, perhaps to support the eclectic theming of the track itself. I don't interpret 47 Rockets as having one cohesive meaning, although the lyrics remain sophisticated. One line that catches my attention, for example, is, "Keeping the stride, I had to keep it inside. The doubt creeped to my eyes, so I ceased to use sight. I had to keep it in mind." Referring to being blinded by one's own self-doubt and still being forced to trudge through life's tribulations despite your pitfalls as a person. Fumitake Tamura's funky yet wistful beat weaves through the lyrics smoothly and establishes a strong mood instantly. This is the case with every single track on here. So while I can't take the time here to talk about everything, I hope I can leave you with an idea of how this album sounds and encourage you to experience it for yourselves. The First Fist to Make Contact When We Dap gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Until next time, real dealers.
Did you come up with any ideas?
I watched Shark Tale.
I watched Shark Week.
I watched Shark Tank.
Shut up, Randy.
No, wait.
Anyway, we need to find Will Smith.
What? Why?
I didn't make it all the way through Shark Tale, but he killed a lot of sharks in that movie.
What? No, Dawson. Never mind. We need to figure out this shark thing.
Wait, I've got it. What if we steal the shark's kneecaps first?
Dawson, they're sharks.
Right. Oh, what if we went back in time to the first Shark Week to put sharks on the menu?
Okay, you know what? I'll figure it out without you. Cut to the next segment while I deal with Mr. Gilman.
Hi, it's me, Seth. In honor of the holiday that I don't celebrate, I wanted to take a different avenue with my segments. Dip my toe into more genuine reviewing content as opposed to the glorified shitpost that I usually do. The reason behind this one is simple. Last night, yes, I wrote this the day before filming, bite me, Wilbur, I watched a short horror film called Portrait of God, written and directed by Dylan Clark. If you don't know who that is, don't feel bad. He has less than 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And although if I was a gambling man, and I am, it's a serious problem, I would say he'll be a household name for cinephiles within the next decade or so. The film, which is only 7.5 minutes long, by the way, is one of the most jaw-dropping watching experiences I have ever, experienced. I'm not going to spoil any details because you really should just watch it yourself, but holy hell was this good. Horrific, beautiful, suspenseful, thought-provoking, and so frickin' scary. And the best of all, it is the scary in the best way possible. It gives true, dare I say it, biblical fear, not thrills or shocks. Go watch it. Now, it's on YouTube. Just search up Portrait of God, watch it, and arise 7.5 minutes later, a different person. A better person. I still don't know how to do outros for this crap, so bye, I guess.
So, did you handle it?
So, let's say, hypothetically, you jumped into the aquarium to fight the loan shark, right? But as you're, giving him the business, you realize that he's not a loan shark. He's a lone shark. Like he's alone, by himself. He's lonely. In this hypothetical scenario, how would you go about apologizing for breaking his kneecaps?
Usually when I accidentally beat someone up, I go with a fruit basket and a get well soon card. But I think sharks hate fruit, except for this one shark in Shark Tale, but...
Dawson, enough about Shark Tale.
Snake Tales?
No, I need to apologize to him.
Okay, what's his full name? We can do the card thing.
Finn Gilman.
That's stupid, I'm not writing that down.
That's his name.
I don't care, it's stupid and dumb, and I only like things that are cool and evil.
Fine, I'll write it myself then, during the next segment.
So how did the apology go?
He's sleeping with the fishes.
You killed him?
No, he was napping, and I got him some fishes so he wouldn't be alone anymore.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, wait, so if he wasn't a loan shark, why did he give you a couple $1,000?
Reaganomics.
What?
Reaganomics, also known as trickle-down economics. It was an economic policy proposed by former president and Hollywood actor Ronald Reagan. You're probably too stupid to understand all the fine details, but what you need to know is that wealth trickles down from the top and is redistributed to those of a lower financial class.
Oh, wow, that sounds awesome. Why haven't I heard of this before?
Reaganomics.
I don't follow.
Then let me help you. You see, Reaganomics isn't just an economic policy, it's a way of life. Reagan was a philosopher. He was predicting and guiding us towards the future. You hadn't heard about it because it hadn't trickled down the pipeline for you. You had to wait for the shark to tell me about it, and then for me to tell you about it.
Oh, okay, I get it now. So we can thank Reagan for the current state of the country.
That's right, Dawson.
Thanks, Reagan.
Thanks, Reagan. Our loyal viewers will know that I'm a fan of the podcast Emergency Intercom. I've talked about it in my final words before, but today I wanted to talk about an even more niche subcategory of this already niche interest. Drew Phillips, one of the hosts of Emergency Intercom, notoriously looks like any other white guy with curly, dark brunette hair. He has gone through phases of long hair and dabbles in facial hair with the occasional beard, but pretty consistently maintains a mustache. And that's my whole final words, thank you. Just kidding. That's all relevant because there is an Instagram account with 10,000 followers with the username Drew's Lookalikes, where they post the best photos sent in of random people who look like Drew. You'd be surprised how often you see a Drew clone once you're aware that they exist. It is a curse, but I blessed the account's DMs with a submission a bit ago. On February 20th, the Muncie Star Press released an article with the headline, Police seek help in identifying Muncie Mall intruder. The photo of said intruder was really blurry, but you know what? Drew is the killer. And this guy had a Drew-ish mustache and a Drew-ish vibe, and that's the truth. So, you know I had to send it in. Lo and behold, it was posted, and everyone is laughing their asses off in the comments section. By everyone, I mean 23 people. But those 23 people get it. And sometimes I'll scroll through the comments just to feel that sense of pride and community. My sister even sent the post to me, not knowing that I'm the one that sent it in. I think her exact words over DM when I told her were, "Did you actually? If you did, then you are so goated." I didn't respond because why are you calling me goated? But anyway, yeah, that's the story of my biggest contribution to society to date. Fingers crossed they'll mention it on the next podcast, and at that point, well, you won't see me because I can just die happy. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you later.
Guten Morgen, Nachmittag oder Abend euch allen und willkommen bei Schlangen-Nachrichten. Heute, ich werde über aktuelle Ereignisse sprechen. Laut NATO gelten Würmer heute als intelligente Spezies, aber der Galactic Trade Federation glaubt anders. In Bezug auf die Galactic Trade Federation haben sie NAPU blockiert, was Senator Padme zum Protest veranlasste. Der galaktische Krieg tobt. Mit der Zahl der Opfer von gestern 3 Millionen, aber das schließt Droidentoten nicht ein. Ethische Bedenken bei Activisions schaffen. In anderen Nachrichten, der Mond besteht aus Käse. Britische Kosmonauts Wallace und Gromit erklärt Montag, dass eine Probe von der Mond besteht aus Käse. Weltführer glaubt, das ist das Ende von Hunger. Aber Wissenschaftler sagt, dass, wenn wir essen der Mond, die Erde könnte leiden. Ich liebe Käse. Darum glaube ich, dass wir den Mond essen sollten. Ich weiß, es ist guter. Manchmal träume ich von Käse. Jetzt, was ich sage, bedeutet nichts. Keine Nachrichten, keine Bedeutung. Vielleicht bin ich der Einzige, der es weiß. Noch eine Geschichte für heute. Leute, meine Mutter mir einfach eine Cola kaufen darf. Ich habe an einer nicht genug Geld leider Ja-Cola gekauft. Aber jetzt kann ich Ja-Cola trinken und Trio spielen. Yippie! Nicht eine Geschichte, aber guten Wort. Dies waren Schlangen-Nachrichten. Kommen Sie nächste Woche noch einmal vorbei, weitere Informationen zu Schlangen oder keine Schlangen. Ich war Dawson, habe mich abgemeldet, freue mich über den April Shares und habe eine schöne Schlange.
Well, that's our show. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed us as much as we enjoy Ronald Reagan. If you want to see anything else from us here at The Real Deal, be sure to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our website for all things entertainment. I'm Dawson.
And I'm Rosemary.
And I'm Randy.
Shut up, Randy.